Hi, so I just decided that I really want to make Chilean sea bass Milanese style, and instead of using and breading the whole piece of cod, I'm actually going to do it a little bit differently, and I'm going to cut it into cubes. I'm going to bread it with eggs, flour and panko, and I'm going to shallow fry it. But this can be used also as a starter. You can make little mini bites and make your aioli on the side and serve that as a starter. Or if you're having a little cocktail party, this would be great. Presented on a beautiful platter would be a great thing to make. So I'm gonna make it this way as well today, because I just think it's cute and I like pretty things. So let's start. So I have here 2 pounds of Chilean sea bass, and I'm going to cut it in about 1-inch squares. Now Chilean sea bass does have some very fine bones in it. By the way, I actually asked for this to have no skin. So as you can see, it's beautiful white. So I'm just going to show you now. I've cut it into a strip like this. Now I'm going to cut it into 1-inch squares. It's a very meaty fish. I love it. I also love this recipe with miso, which I tend to make quite a bit. So now I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to dip it into my egg, my flour, and then my panko, and I'll be right back to show you what that will look like. So let's just recap that, because I actually missed out a step and actually said the wrong thing. I'm actually going to season my fish first of all with salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put it in the flour, not the egg first. I'm going to put it in the flour, then I'm going to roll it in the egg, and then I'm going to do it in the panko. So I'm going to just do all those steps now with you. So I'm going to season my fish on both sides. So that's the pepper first of all. I love the Molden salt. I usually use different types of salts depending on what I'm doing. I'm going to press that in. Turn over my fish, press it in again. Make sure your sleeves are rolled up. Actually, my hair should be back too. And I'm pressing everything in right now. So I'm just gonna move this around so you can see. So it looks like this. First of all, wrap your flour and your Chilean sea bass like this. Then I'm dipping it into the egg. I use the egg yolk and the egg white together. And now I have my panko. Any kind of panko is good. I like this just because it's crispy and make my little pieces of Chilean sea bass. By the way, 2 pounds I'm using for 4 people, and I'm having some extra as well for it. So this is my cute little cube. This is what each little parcel will look like. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut up all my Chilean sea bass into 1-inch cubes. I'm gonna coat them, and then we'll go to the next step and I'll be right back. So step 1 was to wash and dry the Chilean sea bass. Step 2 was to cut into bite-sized cubes. As I was cutting them and I was saying 1 inch, I actually realized that it's better if you did it a little bit smaller. Some of these pieces are a little big, but basically I cut them into small cubes. I salt and peppered them. I put them in flour. Then I tossed them in 3 eggs, which I whisked. So in the flour, I covered the Chilean sea bass. Then I put it into 3 eggs, which I whisked. And then into a bowl of panko crumbs. Now I've laid everything out, and this is what everything looks like. It's very cute. So now for the next step, which is to heat a 1/4 cup of avocado oil into your pan. And once that's hot, we're going to start really browning each of the Chilean sea basses, and to make them crunchy on the outside, but soft and tender and flaky on the inside. And then we are going to make the accompanying sauce with it. See you soon. So we're back to making Chilean sea bass Milanese. And like I said to you, the way I chose to do it tonight is I chose to do it in bite-sized pieces. So I have heated a 1/4 cup of avocado oil, and I threw a piece of panko in it, and it's sizzling. So now I'm going to carefully place the Chilean sea bass down into my pan. I'm going to put some space in between each. I'm going to fry it probably in total for about 8 minutes. So I'm going to recheck on the color of the sea bass in about 2 minutes. Just placing them beautifully down here now. So this is the way mine look, excuse me. And not really the kind of cook that kind of walks away from my food. But while I'm doing this, while I'm keeping an eye on this, I'm also going to make the dip that I'm going to use to accompany this. And I'll meet you back here. Bye. So I just want to make a point that I am browning at the moment my Chilean sea bass, but I don't feel like this is going to be effective enough to cook all the way through. Are you one of those people? I am. I'm never sure when chicken or fish is fully cooked through, and so I stick it into the broiler or to bake in the oven for a couple of minutes. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So just for this video purposes, I am going to brown all my Chilean sea bass like this. It looks like sushi cubes to me right now. And then I am going to pop all of it into a pan, the baking tray. See, this one's ready, but I don't feel like it's cooked. And my flame is on medium to low. So let me go and do that, and then I'll get back to you when I'm at the baking stage and once I've done all the sea bass. Bye. So my fish is turning out beautiful. It's really nice. I can see they're very crispy. I'm just turning them around though. Very tender, small bites. My kids and my husband love this. That's what I'm going to redo. But just make sure that you don't over crisp them, nice and brown. So these are all good. I'm going to move these over. So I just want to show you the ingredients of my sauce. Grey Dupont, mayonnaise, fresh lemon, Malden sea salt, and barrel pickles. So I'm going to put heavy spoons of each of these into a bowl. I'm going to chop my pickles up, put some nice juicy lemons, the juice of a juicy lemon, into a bowl, crunch my sea salt flakes and 2 heaps of mayonnaise and Grey Dupont into a little mixing jar. I'm going to mix it, and we'll be right back to show you the dip and the finished product. I'm going to put my beautiful sea bass now into the oven for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes on 400 to just give them an extra bacon side. But they look beautiful and crispy, and I'm looking forward to showing you the end product. So they're going in the oven now. So here's my finished product. I have very buttery, flaky, crispy Chilean sea bass bites. And then inside I have chopped gherkins, a full lemon, salt, mayo, and Dupont mustard, which I basically cut up and whisked together to make the most delicious part of my meal.